Hi, my name is Grace and welcome back to Grace and Antiques. Today we're going to just chat a little bit about repurposing furniture. Okay, but first we have to discuss its purpose, right? So what was the purpose of these two pieces of furniture? Well, I'm going to go back a bit in history now and start back there to work my way up to explain to you. Okay, when you in Ireland and you're travelling about and you see your castles here and there, Bunratty Castle and etc, all the various castles that you see in Ireland. I will try and name them all. Okay, and you're looking up at the castle and you see these beautiful little turrets kind of sticking out here and there around the castle, you know, and there's a beautiful moat down around and there might be ducks or swans or, you know, little river hens or whatever in it. Okay, well, the purpose of those was for people to do their business. That was what they were for. Okay, and what it was, in fact, was a hole straight down with a plank across that you sat on, and if you were very important you had a cushion on the plank, like, and so on, and if not, there was nothing, you just sat, and maybe you'd on bare rock. You sat, you done your business and went straight down and along the wall some of the time, etc, and left a nice stain down along and down into the mold, like, okay? Needless to say, that wasn't very pleasant, is what it wasn't. So they were the first indoor privies, okay, so to speak. But then things moved on and people got different ways of doing it. There was bits of furniture involved. But the king, always, was an important person, obviously, and so on. So what happened with the king? Well, there was a man, believe it or not, and his title in the court, he was a very important person, had great influence with the king, and his title and job were very, very important. People fought over it and really wanted this job. And the title of the job was the keeper of the toilet. Now, keeper of the toilet is self-explanatory. That's what he done. But it wasn't that he went in and cleaned the toilet after the king. No. He went in with the king and he assisted the king in doing his business, right? Whatever that entailed. But most importantly and most intimately of all was that he wiped the king's arse, right? And he looked after all that. And he knew what state of health the king was in because he had such intimate knowledge of the king's bodily functions, like, and therefore that gave him great power, like, because if there was something wrong with the king, he knew about it. The king didn't want him telling the wrong people that he was feeling unwell or whatever, you know. So he was a very, very important person, like, and that was his job, looking after it. Now, things progressed along through the years, like, and it was say in Georgian times, what have you, furniture for this purpose became more and more elaborate, like, I mean, you had chests of drawers, like, that opened up into commodes. You had washstands that had mirrors that rose up in the back of them, and they opened up into, with all sorts of compartments for perfumes and different things, like, for people to look after themselves. Very elaborate. But here we have two examples here now today, right? So I'm going to just show you this one first. Like, this is a lady's one, a bidet kind of, and this one looks like a little stool, obviously, and that's exactly what it's meant to look like, is a little stool. Sometimes they'll have a cushion on top. I've seen these with a chair back at one end here, like this, that just one single chair back, so it was kind of obvious that it was sat on this way. You'd see other ones with two chair backs, and when you lift it off, this lifts off, and when you lift this off, one chair back would come away with you. Now, when I lift this off and place it over here carefully, and I'll just turn this down, you can see there where there's a shape there on the inside. That's where the bowl, the bidet bowl, would have sat. And a lady would have straddled this, whichever way, I had sitting here, knees this way, and she would have done her business and looked after herself. And then when she was finished, she would have placed the lid back on this, okay? And that would have been that one. So I'm going to just put that one down out of the way now for a moment, okay? And I lift up this little one, okay? Now, this little one here is a little Georgian pot cupboard, okay? And a beautiful little piece of furniture, solid mahogany, like a beautiful little moulded mahogany top on it here, 3/4 gallery, nice low little gallery. Now again, you'll see these extremely elaborate, like with drop down flaps and all sorts of things, like, you know. So I'll just come around here. Every piece of this is mahogany, including the backboard here, okay? Now this opens up, and as you can see, there's a potty sitting inside. Okay, so this would have been just taken out, used, and then put back in. A lot of these would have had lids, Okay, so you put the lid back on it, you put it back in here, back in, lock it up, and it's there for the chambermaid to deal with in the morning. Like this particular version here, flame mahogany veneer on the door, cross-banded around the door, cock beading around it, two nice little hinges, beautifully turned like slender little legs, okay? A beautiful piece of furniture. Like this, now we're getting into sophisticated furniture, like a beautiful piece of furniture. And there was many different shapes and makes and variations of all of these, like, but this was actually the height of sophistication, like having this, like, because like your poorer cousin, this is what they had. An enamel tin potty, and that just simply went under the bed, and there might be a bit of straw to throw on top to try and prevent the smell from spreading, like, and like in some of the tenements, like God only knows how many people might have been, you know what I mean, like, and then when they were finished with this, believe it or not, like, I mean, this often got out the window is where it went, like, just out onto the street, like, I mean, things, when you watch your Downton Abbey or whatever it is, and you're looking at these people, you know, back in these periods, but I know Downton Abbey now is later, like, when you look at these period programs, like, you know, like what was going on in the background, like, was, you know, room screens, like, people often wonder, what was a room screen for? Well, a room screen, like, generally speaking, was for someone to use the commode behind it. That's what it was for, like, you know, but there you go. This one then, we have another little piece here, okay? Again, this is a pot cupboard, like, but it also has a secondary function because it opens out here and it's a little set of bed steps, okay? Beds were very tall back in the day. People used them to get up and up into bed, and then when you needed to, during the night, you took out your potty, sat there for your whatever, and you'd done your business, and when you were finished, put it back in again, and there you go, okay? Now, you know, like, we're all worried about toilet paper these days with COVID-19 and everything else, the shortage of it. It was invented in 1857, I think it was 1855, 1857, sometime around then, you know, and it was often scarce back then as well, and it was pretty rough stuff as well, was to begin with, you know. So that's the story of pot cupboards, and I hope that was kind of informative. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and before you leave, would you just press that little bell icon so that you'll be notified of my future videos, okay? Thank you very much, good day. Hi, this is my own homemade reviver here. I'll give you the recipe for that, okay? 4 zeros wire wool, or whatever it is, the finest wire wool that's available wherever you are, okay? Simply get the wire wool. I'm just going to do a little bit of reviving here. Get the wire wool, put a little bit on this, okay? And then what I'll be doing, but I'm not going to do too much now because I'm in the middle of doing a few little repairs, but just to show you, if Susan can come round there, just to give you an idea of what's going to happen here and how this is going to change this completely. We'll get around to do that fully, okay? Just to give you a rough idea of the way that this is going to improve this. Alright, and that's just a very small bit once and that's white tissue, and there I think you can see the difference already in the way that that's coming up there, okay? Alright, so that's it. I'll do more of that and I'll get back to you later about that.